This freaking Kia Soul never ends. So basically, down here, can you see what's going on there? There's a nice crack right above that mount. Right in there, right in that area. There's a nice crack on the radiator. So I got a fresh boy right here. In the act of trying to open the hood latch handle just broke. And of course, since that coolant has been leaking, I guess for months now, and it's just the crack got big enough to where it would actually empty, but this little stopper's dead and this little stopper's dead, so the hood wouldn't pop by itself. You needed two people to open the hood. So the process I'm going to go with for removing this radiator, I've seen a video where someone takes off this whole bumper for no reason at all. I'm just going to take this guy out, which I've already loosened. That just pulls right out. Got to disconnect. There's two transmission lines, radiator fan. This unbolts. Then this whole hose I'm going to flip over on top of the engine. Bottom hose just disconnect, take the fan out, and then take the radiator out. I believe all the bolts are accessible from somewhere. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I might have to take this front bumper off. I'm going to sell this car as soon as I am done with this radiator, okay? Because I figured, oh, look, the fan comes out this way, the radiator should be able to come out this way, you know, from the inside, from here. But no, what a piece of shit car. Kia cannot make a good car to save its life. 200,000 miles. He's lucky the radiator was only 50 bucks. Okay, we got a new radiator finally freaking installed. Lower hose is on, next goes on the fan, but unbelievable. Okay, so we're in here. We are fully bled on the coolant. Filled up the reservoir. So I think we're good to go on this. I got coolant on everything. It's raining out. It's a mess. It's not a great day. Just had to start this when I started it. This car is disgusting. It doesn't even deserve it. Good afternoon, everybody. We're working on a 2011 Volkswagen CC with the 2.0 TSI motor. I do not know the specific engine designation, but that doesn't matter for us because we are just resealing the valve cover, which is, you'd think, pretty easy. It is not. This is our beautiful CC that I'm going to go bring around to the shop. Yeah, girl's car. So here we are. As you can see, that is black RTV. Previous mechanic really fucked this up. And he was supposed to redo this, but disappeared. So here I am. Cam caps are built into the valve cover. So you have to use an anaerobic style gasket sealer because the metal has to be up against the metal. With RTV, you have to let it set and then you tighten it down. You cannot do that with this. It has to be one shot. So the process for this is pretty simple. Also, all the clips for these are all broken, so this just slides off pretty much. I hate that this fucker broke all of these. Anyways, so the process for this is to remove the coils. We're going to take this off. We got to take our high pressure fuel pump off. We have to take our vacuum pump off. And we have to unbolt this top cover after we remove the cam angle sensor for the VVT system. Okay, so I've been working on this for about 5 minutes. We've got this disconnected. We've got this disconnected. So now this piece can come off. Took the ignition coils out, which I will show you why the previous mechanic is a freaking moron. See all that? That's all black RTV because he didn't even clean out the freaking spark plug tube holes after putting this thing back together. He just jammed it in there and said, have fun, see you later. So he used way too much RTV on top of it. And I'm starting to suspect that there's more issues than just a valve cover sealing issue. I'll have to dig further into this to figure it out. So I got the air box out. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I want to be able to show you exactly what you need to do. This will make it a lot easier, and the previous mechanic already broke that mount, and that mount, and this cover, so I was able to just take that out like that. That's not supposed to come out like that, but there it is. So we got this little bracket disconnected. We've got this little harness disconnected. That's for the high pressure pump. And then we got a ground strap that goes right there underneath this bolt. So took that out. So now this line is disconnected from the high pressure pump. And then down here is your fuel supply to the high pressure pump. It's a 17 millimeter. And you kind of need this space that the air box takes up right here to be able to get this off nice and clean like this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and unbolt the high pressure pump. One other note on this high pressure pump that I just took out, the two bolts that hold it on, take one out a little bit, then the other a little bit, then the other a little bit, then the other a little bit, because it is spring loaded. And you don't want to have unnecessary tension on one of the ears, because this thing is not that thick and it is cast aluminum. So, yeah, have fun with that. I just took the whole line out of its little holder and just flipped it up over there. No big deal. So now we just got the vacuum pump to get out, which you can see the cam lobe that's actually part of the vacuum pump that actuates a high pressure pump. Kind of a weird system, but Volkswagen does things and doesn't really tell anybody about it. So yeah. Okay, so now I got this timing cover unbolted mostly. You have to be extremely careful, because in here, I bet that was weird, is a plastic timing chain guide. You have to be extremely careful not to break that. It's not an expensive piece, but you're not going to be able to find one. And also, this is the vacuum pump gasket, which the bullshit mechanic before me just glued on the old one and smashed her in and said good luck. So as we can see here, the carnage. Do you see any RTV that's actually there? I don't. See it all on the sides. And then same story on the valve cover. It's all on the sides. But yeah, this thing's a piece of shit. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. I got the valve cover off about half an hour ago. Half an hour. I spent a good 25 minutes cleaning this valve cover and the mating surface on the engine. So I couldn't get all of this shit out. I got the majority of it out. I'd say about 90% of it's cleaned out. It's flat, it's metal. And then we got this all cleaned up in here, best I can. It's alright. I don't know, someone used a tool on this side, I did not. And I can feel that it's an uneven surface now. So fuck that guy. Probably the guy who did this last. Because I think this is, yeah, this is the only time it's been resealed was before I'm doing it right now. And the guy used black RTV and did not get any of the original gasket material out of these channels. Okay, boyos, this thing is now cleaned up as much as I can get it. I got our anaerobic on all of the mating surfaces it needs to go to. I'm purposely not putting too much on there. It's a very thin bead with anaerobic on everything. Anaerobic Permatex, there you go. 51813. This is what you get. I believe it's in stock at Advanced Auto Parts. You may be able to check AutoZone, O'Reilly's, what have you, but yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, so valve cover went on, no issue. I had no trouble sliding the timing chain guide back in over the timing chain and then getting this valve cover to sit down nicely. I did disconnect back there and bent the line a little bit just so I could get the valve cover back under it so I had a nice straight shot, but as you can see, the line of this anaerobic gasket maker is gorgeous on this. It is nice and consistent, small. This is the correct amount to have on here, and then this has a 24-hour cure time. And then I can even show you in here, turn this flash on. You can see nice little bead of anaerobic around everything. Not too much. It does squeeze out a bit, but I'll just go through those passages, especially down in here. You got to clean out that in order for the ignition coils to fit, so that's not a big deal for me. Do not forget, there's a little cap here. You put this in after you bolt down the valve cover, otherwise you're going to have some fun. But this, you just put actual black RTV around it and just pop it in to reuse it, or you can purchase a new one, up to you. And then clean up all back here, all that stuff. You can leave anything that's exposed, like inside of here. I'll get that out. Okay, just getting back to you. Cleaned up all the anaerobic over here and down these spark plug tubes. You just kind of twirl a towel in there, no big deal. Got a little bit right down in there. Okay, so yeah, this little plug. Clean it up, make it look good, and have a good time with it. Pop it in there, because you will not be able to put it in there with the vacuum pump and the high pressure fuel pump in there. This gasket, replace it. Please, for the love of God, do not do what this guy did and RTV and slam it in there, bent and shit. Okay, and then once you're done, just to reassemble everything. Nice and clean. Still got our wet anaerobic down there, but not a big deal. We're in business. Everything's all connected up. We're all happy. Okay.